Hi, I'm Kirsty. I'm going to talk you through how MB crafted a contemporary identity for a classic British brand. Aspall have been making cider in Suffolk for 8 generations, but today they face lots of competition. And with some of the new-to-market products inventing bogus heritage stories, we wanted to refresh the Aspall identity in an authentic way, capturing the unique quirks of a family-owned business. What I should say right up front is that their products taste amazing. The old branding didn't do them justice. It was poorly applied, and it lacked the vitality of the people in the business. On the product labels, we found a whole cluster of issues to do with the typography in the word mark, the use of the founder's image and the company symbol, a knight in armour. 2 brothers, Barry and Henry Chevallier, run the company, and when you visit Aspall Hall and take a walk around the orchards, you can see that everyone there is dedicated to the standards laid down by their great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, Clement Chevallier, in 1728. So we wanted to treat the identity with the same conviction and behave like a British contemporary classic. It's worth talking you through some of our initial ideas because you'll see how they influence the end solution. First, an identity sourced from the archives. Our forensic research, delving through the archives, blowing the dust off old documents and records, helped us to connect with the brand more authentically with marks and motifs from the past. The second idea, to treat cider as if it was champagne, here we enlisted the help of hand lettering artist Alison Carmichael. And the third idea, apple press meets printing press, this was more typographically led. I want to concentrate on the word mark because when we analysed it, we found it had some characterful traits in the P and the A, but some issues too. Look at the different angle on the 2 A's. Also, the pronounced swash flourish on the A added personality, but it was awkward to use because it took up so much space. There was a huge gap between the A and the S, and oddly, the original typeface had been thickened by adding a rule around it. The serifs were rounded and not chiselled, and that didn't feel right for a craft brand. To put this right, we spent time in the St Bride's Library exploring swashes, ligatures and other quirks. The new word mark is an evolution of Aspall's old one. Take a closer look at the scaled initial A. The pronounced swash flourish is ownable and adds bags of character. The distinctive bowl shape of the P looks quirky. The irregular angles to serifs add personality. We've also matched both crossbars of the A's. We also like the characterful beak of the L's. All in all, it's calligraphic and glyphic in style, and therefore it feels crafted. It stands out better too. The word mark lives together with a symbol to form the complete logo, so let me quickly run through that. The Aspall Knight. We thought he could have more spirit, warmth and craft. He looked computer-generated and not touched by the hand of a craftsman. And the version for use on dark backgrounds was a negative rather than a bespoke artwork. Having found the true origin of the Aspall Knight on a family memorial, we refined and updated it with the craftsman Christopher Wormel. His roots are in the past, but he's looking into the future. He stands for quality and attention to detail. A feature of this project was working with specialist illustrators and engravers, and our next job was to improve the quality of Clement Chevalier's portrait. The oil painting of Clement Chevallier didn't translate well to smaller label sizes, but he's got a very important role here, acting as a seal of approval. He signed his name to the product. So he had help from craftsman Jürgen Wilbarth to bring family members to life in an engraving style. Apples are central to everything that is Aspall. To honour them, we commissioned a special collection of apple paintings by botanical illustrator Rosie Sanders. Rosie is possibly the only person in Britain as obsessed with apples as our client. Inevitably, this has been a canter through some of the tasks a designer needs to orchestrate in a branding project of this kind. This job also involved putting together the colour palette sourced from the Suffolk landscape. And we worked with copywriter Tom Lynham on a voice that is intimate, conversational, expert and rooted in Suffolk. So here's how all those individually crafted elements came together on the label. The new wordmark is bolder. Suffolk takes pride of place. There's a detail taken from an old flagon. And Clement Chevallier and his signature adds authority and authenticity. The redesign emphasises the authenticity of the Aspall brand and products, with robust underlying principles that create the platform for future cider variants, the Aspall vinegar range and new products in both categories. Most of all, the overall result is sensitive to Aspall's history and heritage. Thanks very much for listening, and if I've made you thirsty, treat yourself to a pint of Aspall.